Minister, while so much of the state's focus has been on saving the bodily, physical health of our people, we must and should ensure and remember that protecting the soul of our state is also extremely important. Ensuring that the arts and our culture survives and thrives is just one way that we can make this happen. The Irish spirit is creative and artistic and has shown itself to be resilient during this crisis. We need to do what we can to make sure that the cultural and artistic capacity of communities and volunteer groups are strengthened. They should be directly supported, given that they, like so many others, have suffered a crippling loss of revenue. How theatres and community presentations are going to come through this will require real imagination and practical insight, and of course a strong commitment. Many theatres across this state were adversely impacted due to the COVID-19 pandemic. A well-known theatre in my own constituency, Birr Theatre and Arts Centre, had just commenced an impressive and moving musical production called The Hired Man before the onset of the pandemic. I had the pleasure of attending one of the first nights of this production, which I have to say was absolutely breathtaking. The production showcased the amazing talent of many participants from the small rural town of Birr, a town of great character and spirit where the arts flourish. Minister, will theatres like Birr Theatre and Arts Centre be provided with grants to offset some of the losses that they have incurred during this pandemic? I'm urgently calling for grants to be made available in order to ensure that the arts continues to flourish in all parts of this state. Minister, is there a breakdown of finance to be directed to theatres available yet? And will you please ensure that grants are available urgently to ensure the survival of our theatres going forward?
And Deputy Nolan, you mentioned, I think it's Birr, the Birr Theatre as well. Yeah, there are existing schemes within the department already. One would hope that they will continue, but obviously, the Arts Council as well is honouring all existing funding arrangements that it has, and it's asking regularly funded arts organisations to prioritise their own payments to artists in turn. And they since March the 12th, they have fast-tracked the payment of up to 90% of funding to organisations and individuals. I think that it may well be that we have to constantly review how organic, because nobody knows how long this COVID-19 emergency is going to last, or even the actual shape of it in terms of, in particular, the theatres, and I really acknowledge the difficulties that they're facing in particular. They're in the last phase, in phase 5. The main theatres like the Abbey Theatre and the Gaiety Theatre, which are the bigger theatres, but the small regional theatres, and some of the deputies here have mentioned them as well, and they're very important in terms of the well-being that you touched upon as well, and it's something that we're very conscious of, and we'll do all we can to support them.